Thank you for calling 1-800-SAD Design. We are finally back in person after, I think, 2 episodes. And yeah, it's episode 13. And at least to me, it feels like it's been like a solid month since we've last done anything podcast related. I don't know if it's the 2 remote sessions or just how the past couple weeks have been, but it feels like it's been a while.
Yeah, it feels like a while since I've been here.
Yeah, it's definitely been a while since I've actually just sat here at least, or like with the microphone in front of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely been a while since we've been here. But yeah, how have your 2 weeks been? Past 2 weeks?
My last 2 weeks have been kind of crazy. First, not project-wise, I'm moving out of my house. And so that has been a crazy process. That literally happened like so fast, like 2 weeks ago, not even a thought in my mind. My roommates come up to me and say, we can't afford to live here. And then all of a sudden.
Was it like a spontaneous?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden,
I thought it was
within
like,
2 weeks, we already have a place in our
because
moving.
I remember you talking about having to move or like thinking about moving. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I thought it was kind of like you had it in the back of your head.
No, it was very like, let's do it right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, the goal was one of my roommates is they have a research job coming up that starts in April, and he's going to have 8 days on, 6 days off. So he won't be home a lot. Jeez. So we're like, if we're going to move, we have to do it now before his job starts.
That's a crazy schedule, though.
Yeah.
So you just work 8 days in a row, and then your weekend is like the 6 days?
Yeah. And
I don't know if that's nice or not.
He'll be on site, the research site, for the 8 days.
Is it like out in the field type thing?
Yeah.
I think that's what one of my cousins does. I don't know what exactly, but he's in like botany, so I think he just goes out and looks at plants. I don't know.
Yeah.
But everything you post is cool.
He does the same thing.
Yeah.
Looks at plants.
Yeah, he takes like microscope pictures and all that and posts about them, and it's cool.
Yeah, dirt samples, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, happened so fast, like, because yeah, I didn't know if I even said I was to you that I was thinking about it, but
I know. Well, I don't. I know you said. Well, I think it was like a might. You're like, I might have to move. So yeah.
But yeah, that happened really fast. Moving on literally 2 days from now. And then project-wise, I have finished the menu for my restaurant. I'm just waiting. I just need to send it to them. Haven't done that. And then I think I talked to you last week that I was doing a show reveal for my friend's like marching corps. And I finished that, and he wanted like this kind of like Loki. We talked about this like Loki intro theme for their show reveal essentially, and that took me so much time in After Effects to try to figure out how to make each letter in their title like change randomly with different fonts like at a certain time frame and everything. And
did you find a YouTube video? I feel like there's a YouTube
video. I did end up finding a YouTube video. I had gotten like pretty far into it, and I was like, okay, there has to be an easier way of doing this. And I did find a YouTube video, and it helped me clean it up a little bit. But
did you do it in After Effects?
After Effects, okay. Yeah.
I've been using Premiere lately now more because of the podcast editing, but I just recently found a super easy way to make the whole editing process easier. I was like, see, I kind of thought this existed, but I never like
looked into it or anything.
Yeah, and then after I did it, it literally turned like an hour to 2 hours worth of editing into maybe like 30 minutes to an hour. And I was like, damn. Okay. So,
yeah. But yeah, that's all I got going down on. I was trying to get all those projects done before I started the big move and all the packing. But
nice.
What about you? What's going on in your world, Ty?
Design-wise, I don't think anything new. It's hard. I don't know why, but I can no longer kind of like keep track of all the days. I don't know why, but I think everything's just a big blob. But over this past weekend, I went out to Jackson Hole with some friends. So I did snowboarding and they did some skiing. Took some photos, which is nice. I don't know how long it's been. Probably close to a year now, but I finally used my film camera again, so that was nice.
Yay.
I will say, though, I don't know if the pictures were worth it.
Oh, no.
Like, I enjoyed the whole trip, was fun, but we went to the very top of the resort, and the only way down is Black Diamonds, which is like the hardest difficulty. Mm-hmm. And this one run, I watched so many YouTube videos because I was like, I know I'm gonna have to go down this at least once. And in the videos, they look normal, and I was like, I can do this. I get there, it's literally like a wall, and I'm like, oh my god, what did I get myself into? And it probably took me like 30 minutes to get down because I was like, there's no way I'm gonna just like full send it down here.
Yeah.
I don't want to injure myself. I don't want to hurt anybody. So I just took it so slow, and my legs were shot. But yeah, I only say that I don't think the photos were worth it because I don't know when I'm going to develop them.
I see.
I have like 5 rolls, I think, right now.
Oh my
just
goodness.
sitting. And I was like, I don't want to pay to get them developed.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just going to hold on to them.
Maybe someday I'll forget entirely about them and be like, what's on these?
That's also another thing. It's like I
surprise.
do want to kind of forget, and then when I develop and print them, I'm like surprised. So it's kind of like a time capsule, but I don't really date the rolls. So
when we did the film photography class in school, we had to buy a specific amount of film and get a camera. And I didn't buy a camera myself. I borrowed one from a family member. And so I had to return the camera once I was done with school and everything. But I had like 1 roll of film left over, and I was like, I don't want to like get rid of it, So I put it in the camera, and because I wasn't in the class anymore when I took all my random photos, I couldn't develop it. Mm-hmm. So it's just sitting in my closet. Oh. And I'm like, maybe I'll develop it one day. I don't even remember what I took pictures of, but I was like, we're just
that's like the fun
bunch of
part
random
of it, though.
Stuff.
Yeah. I mean, even when I was out of the classes, I kind of bugged the professors, and I was like, can I just hop in here and develop my film?
Yeah.
I was like, I guess. I was like, yeah, thank you. So, yeah, that's nice.
I think a lot of the photos I did take were, like, pictures of, like, our yard and, like, random places in our house. I'm, like, a freak for good lighting, and we have some good lighting in our house right now. And I think I took, like, photos of, like, dappled light and stuff. So I think in the future, if I do, develop the photos, like, they'll be like, oh, yeah, that house. Like,
well, if it's like if your
so cool.
roommates are moving out and they, like, go to a whole nother state, you're like, hold on, guys. I have this roll.
Yeah.
Let me develop it, and let's look at all these photos of our old house.
Yeah, our old house.
Yeah.
Our college house.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's probably a fun little thing to do.
Yeah, little time capsule for sure.
So yeah, took some film photos. Honestly, I was surprised by the food out there. I was a little worried, but they have good food.
Good options.
I think though it's because it's like, it's such a like popular resort and area that's like, if you have bad food, no one will go into the towns. They only will stay in the lodges. So I think that's kind of like their little thought process. So they're like, we got to have some good food. And yeah, I don't think there was a single meal out there where I was like, this sucks.
No, that's good at least.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely been on like vacations or road trips or little places. And I've been like, wow.
You're like, well,
really
I guess
it.
we're getting Taco Bell.
Yeah. Because that's better than this.
Yeah. So it was nice that they had a lot of options. I did spot Papyrus out there. Literally the first restaurant we went to, their whole menu was in Papyrus, and they had it like out in the window. So as we were walking in, I like just took a glimpse and then went back and then like quickly turned back and stopped. And my friends were like, did you forget something? I was like, no. I was like, look at that menu. I'm like, it's a menu. I was like, yeah, but it's papyrus. And they're like, what? So, yeah, I had to take a picture, and the whole menu was in it. So
That's awesome.
It was pretty great.
I also had a papyrus sighting.
Yeah?
When we were signing the lease, like literally in the property management office, there was like a picture of Boise, and underneath it, and they like stretched out papyrus. It
Did you
said,
take
"No
a picture?
City of Trees." I did take a picture of it. Let me find it.
I want to see. That sounds pretty wicked.
Yeah, but I was just sitting there, literally right above the desk that
You
we were
couldn't
like
look
sitting
away.
at, and I couldn't look away from it.
And then when you get out, you tell your friends, like, guys, did you see that poster behind them? Oh my God.
Isn't that great?
That is awesome.
They literally stretched it.
You should send that to me.
I will.
Or send it to like literally everyone.
We'll include it in the recap because it's...
Mm-hmm. That's pretty sweet though. Like, yeah. Well, that's another thing that reminds me is at work we had a couple orders come in, and literally 2 in one day, like within an hour. 2 people come in, and I show them their little font list, and they're like, I like this one. And it was papyrus, and I had to keep a straight face, and I was like, yes. Are you sure? And they're like, yeah, I like that one. I was like, okay, we can do that.
It's crazy how popular it is. Like,
but that was the first time. Like, I made this font list, like, maybe summer, and no one picked it. Like, people were picking... I have some bad ones on there, like Lobster's on there, and I've gotten that picked a couple times. Comic Sans is up there. People love that one. But no one has ever picked papyrus until now. And I was like, well, that's nice. Something's going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Trending papyrus.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's back. It's coming back. But, yeah. I don't... Design-wise... I'm supposed to be working on a logo for my mom, but I have not started it. I should have. I was going to start it last weekend while I was out, but I should have already known that I wasn't going to work on anything. I think I'm now not even going to bother bringing any of my stuff. Because now it's like every time I leave town, it's like vacation.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not a break off of school. It's like literally a break from work, so...
That's my thing, too. It's like I'd love to do more projects, but my work drains everything out of me. And then once my weekend comes, I'm like, I'm not doing anything.
That's how I feel, but it's like, yeah, I'm technically designing like every day at work, but it's not the stuff I want to design. And there are things I want to work on, but it's just like, I'm just creatively drained.
Yes.
And I'm like, I think I'm putting my creative energy to the wrong things.
I agree with that. Very much so.
And I'm like, oh, I wish I could just like do the whole... I just wish I just didn't have to work. Like I could just...
The amount of things I could get done in a day if I didn't have to work.
Yeah, like if there's a way you could just get paid by doing the things that you want to do, which there's not. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
This sucks.
I keep thinking I just need to like request that or like start working 3 days a week at the restaurant and then just like start an Etsy shop and then just like 4 days of just working on stuff that I actually want to work on and selling it or something. Maybe
like 4 days at the restaurant, you know?
Yeah.
Because starting off, you should like already expect the revenue to be pretty low. And then maybe like couple months
we'll work our way up to 3 days.
Yeah. I think that's my thing is like
I miss the hands-on. I like
just working every day and like something new every day or like waking up and being excited to work on something.
Yeah, exactly. And my horoscope, I read my horoscope every day, but it's been very like make art. Oh, your horoscope, it's like your star sign.
Oh, is that the same thing?
Yeah, it just kind of keeps track of like, based on how your stars are aligning, this is probably how your day is going to go.
Okay. Is it correct? Is it accurate?
Sometimes I feel like it is very accurate. But lately it's been telling me, you know, to make art, be creative. And I'm like, I'm stuck.
You're like, I can't.
Asking people if they want fries or tots with their lunch. Like, I can't do that right now. I'd love to.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the hard part.
Yeah.
It's just getting out of the job to do what you want to do. That's one thing I'm worried about is like getting into a new job though.
Mm-hmm.
Is if it's like just insane, and it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
type thing. So
Don't know what to expect anymore, but I honestly take.
you'll take anything?
I'll take anything. I apply for about 6 jobs a week. I don't hear anything.
Really?
Anything. But the new house we're moving into is next to a lot of sign shops actually. So maybe I just start walking in there and be like, I'm within walking distance. I'm a graphic designer. Do you need help?
Just be like, everyone's always like, just offer help.
Yeah.
Whether it's paid or not.
I'm to that point where
Try
I'm
to get like a part-time job and just do a bunch of part-time jobs. And so, yeah.
Because I've been doing like the freelancing thing, and I do have like a couple consistent clients, but it's nothing I can make a living off of.
Yeah. It's more of just like to do something and get paid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just to do something. Mm-hmm. So I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice that you're getting that at least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think if I've anything design-wise, though.
What have you been doing at work? Has it been slow at work, or have you picked up?
I mean, it's like our standard stuff. Oh, I did make this thing for Micron, actually.
Oh, you did?
It was like, I think they made, like, the memory and storage chips for the new iPhone. It's like the 16E or whatever. And so basically, they gave us, I mean, there's a lot to all this whole process, but they gave us their older version as like something to reference to. Mm-hmm. And all it is 3 clear pieces of acrylic cut into a phone shape, and then we are like UV printing and engraving on it. But like the one they gave us, you can tell it was an iPhone because it had like that notch engraved into it.
Yeah.
But the shape was nowhere close to any of the iPhones that have ever existed. And I was like, you guys actually paid for this? Like, it's not accurate. And then they told us, just for one, I think, they paid $3,000.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, we would probably have charged you like $150. And my boss was like, yeah, she told us that, like, basically my boss told him that we would do it for like $150, and she was like, I'll pay you guys $300 for it. And I was like, oh, okay, say less. So yeah, we're like, okay, we'll do it. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, and then I just basically like 1-for-1 sized of the new iPhone. And then we like cut out these little holes for those storage chips. Engraved on one layer, printed on another layer, and then kind of just screwed it all together with some like screws. So it was pretty simple, but it was really cool. I'm trying to ask if they have any like broken chips that they can give us to like make as a demo model. Mm-hmm. But I just take it home.
But I just take it home.
Yeah,
because
like, it's like
I'm gonna hang it on the wall.
Yeah, well, the only reason why I want to bring one home is because the one they asked for is just clear with like the frosted engraving look and white text, and then the one that I came up with and I was trying to like pitch to them was instead of like the border of the screen engraved, it's like a gradient, because Micron rebranded recently, and their like main gradient, I guess, is like a dark purple to like a violet. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I wonder if they'll like this. So I just printed the gradient on it with text over it, and it looks really cool. But like the engineer people were like, no. And I was like, oh, you guys are so basic.
So boring.
Yeah, and I was like, ugh. And then I was like, well, maybe I can just make one and keep it for myself and just put it on that shelf. So that's what I'm trying to do now.
That'd be fun.
And even if I don't get the chips, I'll probably still just make one for myself. Because that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool thing to have.
Portfolio piece.
I guess that too. I don't really think of... It's probably bad, but I don't think about portfolio. I'm just like, oh... I don't know. I wish like I could use my Instagram as a portfolio, because I would post everything on there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, who's stopping you?
I stopped my... Well, I mean, I'm doing a social media purge right now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I think it's just like... And yeah, I still have like YouTube, and the only thing I have social media-wise on my phone right now is just YouTube and Facebook. YouTube is just YouTube, you know, but they do have shorts, which sometimes I do get stuck on that, and I hate it. And then I have Facebook, which is only for Marketplace. I feel like that is necessary.
Same. Mine I only use for Marketplace.
Yeah.
I get all those notifications of like so-and-so has posted. I don't care.
I'm like, I don't care. This is meant for older people, not me.
Yeah.
And then I instantly they just need a Marketplace app. If they have that, that'd be perfect.
I scroll through Facebook Marketplace all too often, and it starts knowing what you like because of the things you click on, you know?
Yeah.
And so mine is like this whole like vintage, like...
Mine is just like random
museum,
stuff.
And I love it. I just like looking at it all.
I just like to see what's available, and I'm like, do I need that?
I'm having to hold myself back with the new house and everything because it's like we have enough furniture to fill this house because we've lived in this.
But you're like, I want to change something.
But I'm like, but look at this couch. Can you imagine this couch in the new front room?
You're like, look at this color. Look how nice it looks. Look how clean it is.
I was like, we don't have bar stools yet. Do I have money for bar stools? No, but we need bar stools for our new counter.
Well, I actually did see some bar stools on Marketplace for like $25.
Oh.
They're like the cheap, like, standard looking ones. Like if you were to picture bar stools, it's like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get them because I was like, no, I'll wait. But yeah.
One of my roommates had a good idea. Maybe we'll just like all thrift a bar stool, like each our own bar stool.
And then that's yours.
Yeah, and then that's your bar
and then
stool.
And
it'll
just be
hey,
like that's my chair.
A random collection of bar stools at the counter.
I mean, that could be. Imagine if they're all different heights too.
And like styles and
yeah, I think it's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
A nice little aesthetic to put to the whole house.
Yeah.
You have like
it would stand out. Like
everyone comes in and they're like,
and they'd would come in and that'd be the first thing you'd see is the bar stools.
Yeah, they'd have to like process it a little bit, and then you'd have to explain the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which I mean is probably a pretty good icebreaker if you think about it.
Yeah, welcome to our home. We all picked out a bar stool.
Yeah, and then you have like, you go to like the dining table and it's like every single chair is different.
Yeah.
And like, what's going on over here? It's like, we saved money.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Because you go to thrift stores and stuff, and no chairs have a pair. They're just like single chairs.
And then you're like, what happened to the rest of them?
Yeah.
Why is there just one?
It's like, what am I going to use this one chair for?
Yeah.
At least have a pair, like two.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I understand not having like a full like table set, like 4 or 6, but 2.
Yeah. You're like, come on. That's where I'm like, if it's like just one, I'm like, and I'll just give them a price that's insanely low. And then sometimes they agree, and I'm like, oh, snap. I wasn't actually gonna get it. I was just trying to see what you're willing to do. And I was like, well, I guess I can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now I'm on Marketplace to find a desk. I'm trying to find a standing, like the motorized one.
I have one of those, and I love it.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, like, I don't know how often I'll use it, but it is, like, a good thing to have.
It is very nice if you've been working on a project for a long time. You get to stand up, stretch your legs a little bit.
Yeah.
But for also, if you're working on, like, a very hands-on project and you want to get, like, up close with it, so you can, like, raise it and then kind of, like, lean over it, whatever you're working on. And it's nice for when you're using, like, X-Acto blades and stuff, too, because you can stand over it and...
Yeah, so I found one, but It's so expensive, but it is big. It's like 30 inches by 60, which is like the one I was going to get at Costco, but never actually got. So I was like, is this the time to get it?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. But yeah.
Something will come along.
Eventually, it all happens. Like, I mean, almost everything, like, besides the couch, is like, everything's from Marketplace. Yeah. Basically in this room.
I'm trying to sell a bunch of stuff on Marketplace right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I had these pair of boots.
Does anyone want a porch swing? I am willing to give it away for free because we can't bring it with us.
Really?
Yeah.
You should just put, like, a bunch of different posts on your one account. Yeah. Just so it's just, like, more.
More.
Yeah.
That'd be hard.
More clicks. And then you'll probably get reported, but it might be worth it.
I just need to get rid of this porch swing.
Yeah. I feel like, though, once you get to, like, literally the moving day, you might just toss it.
It's so big, though, because it's one of, like, those standing ones, you know?
Oh.
And it's...
Like the ones that go in a backyard?
Yeah. We've had it since we, like, moved into the house. We only used it for one summer, but it was just, like, too big, and we didn't really have a yard space to put it because it was just always, like, sprinklers were hitting it. We didn't have, like, an actual, like, patio or anything to put it on, so it was, like, safe from that. So it's been sitting in our garage for 3 years. And we're to the point where if we can't get rid of it, we're just going to leave it in the garage and be like, whoever lives here next, it's yours.
That's what I was going to ask. I was like, how often do you use it? And then you're like, one summer, like, oh. Yeah. Okay.
It's so, nice.
Yeah. I mean, if you do leave it, I would check with the landlord first because they might fine you.
Oh, yeah. That is also true.
Because
there was a lot of stuff left at that house when we got there.
Oh, okay. I once left anyway, like
just random things.
Cleaning supplies. Like I was in a dorm and I was like, literally moving out, and I just sent an email. I was like, I'm leaving cleaning supplies. If you guys need them, you can have them. And then they fined me. And I was like, oh my god. So you're gonna find me and take my supplies? Yeah. I was like, oh, whatever. Freaking BSU.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff randomly left in our house. There was, like, a lot of, like, newspaper clippings of, like, the house. There was, like, this notebook that the previous tenant left behind. And, like, pictures that they left behind, too. But we, like, want to add to, like, the lore of this house. So we're thinking of, like, leaving something of us in this, like, collection that was left behind. So
it's
we
like,
thought there was a ghost in our house, so we're gonna like Photoshop like a ghost or something. I think in like a photo, and then also there was a keg left in the garage, and we never got like an outdoor table. So whenever we did like,
put, like
campfires or like anything during the summer, we would sit on our lawn chairs and we'd bring out this keg and put a tote lid on top of it, and we called it the keggle. It was the keg table.
Why don't you just bring that to the new house?
Well, I don't want to. We don't have the space for it, and
it could be like a side table.
A side
just
table,
a keg, and then cut a circle piece of like.
You're right. But we thought it would be funny if we made like an instruction manual on how to make a keggle, because there's probably going to be a new set of college kids living in this house, you know, next, and I think they would get a kick out of that.
Yeah. But how often do you get to own a keg, right?
Yeah.
It is one of those unnecessary things.
Very, yeah.
It's like the giant hot dog. I don't even know why I have it.
We talked about selling it this whole time, but we're like, it's not our keg. Like, I don't know. If
You're like, it's not ours to sell.
It's not ours.
You're like, we don't even know whose it is. Watch it be like the landlords. You take it, and then he's like,
where's my keg?
We're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
There was never a keg in the garage.
Yeah, you're like... He's like, I didn't say it was in the... You're like, But yeah.
Yeah.
The keggle.
Pretty
nice.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to move into our design talk on our very long...
That was a long...
35-minute tangent.
Yeah.
I think we kind of talked about it briefly earlier, but, like, in this design talk, we're talking about like handmade versus like digital, and
or like handmade
elements,
used
you know,
in like a.
hands-on. And I said I missed that earlier.
I mean, it adds a nice touch to anything really, and you can always tell, or it's like you have to like kind of figure out what it is.
Yeah.
Because I don't really look at like design. Like I don't go out of my way to look at things a lot. But one thing I did see was a lot of people use like just random things to make like letter forms, and then they use that into like a poster. So I see people using like sauces, because like different sauces spread differently on the surface.
Yeah.
Or people use Play-Doh. I mean, it kind of reminds me of an assignment that the sophomores did in the program, where they had to make a whole font out of one item, essentially. So the people were using like paper clips. I don't think anyone did hot dogs. I was trying to force people into hot dogs. I was like, you should do hot dogs. Like, why hot dogs? I'm like, just do it. You'll pass. I think people did like barbecue sauce, pencils. Someone used like action figure and doll limbs. Just like it was arms and legs, and we're like,
That's kind of fun.
I was like, this is kind of creepy.
It's creative.
Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of cool. Someone did like banana peels. That one was cool. But yeah, I mean, I think the people who kind of do that kind of stuff and make it into the posters, I think it adds like a whole nother level of I don't know. Like I don't know. It's just cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what word I was looking for, but I didn't find it. But yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of like more, what would you call it? Like handmade or like tactile textures and elements used in like more digital work. I know I did it with like my final project in school, using lots of like paper textures and like pen sketches and, you know, pen strokes and stuff before that publishing company, because I wanted it to feel tactile, to like be reminiscent of like the tactility of books themselves. So, but it's something I've noticed being popular, like amongst lots of brands too. Just kind of incorporating, you know, lots more organic shapes and elements into their work. That kind of brings back, you know, something more physical to it, because I feel like in the digital space, sometimes a lot of things, you know, get lost. You get so caught up in your digital space that I feel like it's reminiscent of bringing you back into like reality. And
Yeah. I mean, I definitely feel like that handmade feel is definitely like growing right now. And I guess, I mean, the only way I've really seen is they just give like, I don't really know how they do it. I've been trying to figure it out for a while, but they just give that hand drawn look to like their text and images, like just like the ripply lines. I'm like, it's such a small thing, but it does, depending on what it's for, it does do a lot. And I've seen that a lot. Well, not a lot, but there's this one person that normally popped up in my feed, and his whole style was kind of like that. I don't know what the style's called, but it was very like handmade looking.
yeah.
But it was still digital. So yeah.
I don't know if there's like some kind of like nostalgia factor too with like why people are drawn to like handmade aesthetics. I think it might be because everything's so like hyper polished. There's a lot of like AI generated that's, you know, it's so smooth and clean.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's like something that kind of draws us to use those, you know, kind of handmade
I think that's also another
textures, just because it's something different. It's contrasting against the other.
Yeah, I think that could be another reason, because like I feel like you can easily tell what is AI and what isn't, because it is very. I mean, I haven't looked into it, but when I see things, it's like very smooth and like you can clearly tell it's generated. So, yeah, I am interested to see if you ask it to do something more handmade looking.
Will it work?
How good it is.
I actually did do it the other day on one of the recap templates, or the recap template I just posted for the last episode. It came out all right, but we had like an empty space in one of the slides because we didn't talk about Asad to Rad in the last episode. So that slide that I had for it in the template was kind of empty. So I put Rick there with a speech bubble telling, viewers or listeners to like email Asad to Rad or whatever to our email. And I was in Photoshop and I used the AI generate thing and I said, put, a hand-drawn speech bubble or whatever here. And it took a couple tries for it, but it came out pretty all right, I would say.
Interesting. That is, yeah, I mean, I've only used that stuff to do, like, to expand, like, that backdrop for photos. Mm-hmm. But it's weird because if you just do, like, fill, it just puts, like, a kid in there. And I was like,
hello.
Okay. And it is weird because sometimes you have to be really specific. When I was just like, I just want to extend the background. That's it. But then it does some weird stuff.
Yeah, I was actually shocked that I had to reword it a couple of times. But it, made it look kind of like a pencil. And so there was like no background to it at all. Just like laid it right over the top of like the already existing background that I had. I could see right through it.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it worked pretty well. But I don't know. I feel like you could definitely tell it could be AI generated, maybe because of like the shape. It's still very like
I'm gonna see
round. I don't know.
I'm going to.
I feel like if someone was actually hand drawing it, there would be a little more couple more like flaws in the drawing. He's got to go look it up now.
Yeah.
Now that he knows.
Well, I just want to see.
I think it's the third slide.
Oh. No, you can't really tell.
You can't tell?
I mean, now that I know, there are some things that kind of stand out, but I think, I literally was looking at this like an hour ago probably, but I didn't notice it. But now that, like, looking back, you can kind of tell. But I don't think anyone will, like, at first glance. Like,
well, I just said it, so now they know.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's more... I feel like everyone's always saying, like, oh, if you use AI, it's bad. But it's like, if it's a resource, like...
Yeah.
We might as well be using it because it's not going away.
It saved me time by... Instead of having me do it myself, I didn't have to go steal something from the internet.
Yeah.
It just did it for me.
Yeah.
It was a tool.
Yeah.
Everything else I did.
I think the way you use it definitely matters. Like if you just say like, oh yeah, I've used AI before, and people might just be like, oh. But I use it quite a lot. I feel like I use ChatGPT more, but I have used... I don't even know. Actually, yeah, I have used the text to image stuff. One thing I did want to try or mess with was, have you seen for Premiere, you can do like AI generated video? Mm-mm. I was like, I wonder if you do that to just a part of just this, like the video we get from recording an episode. Like, what does it create? Because I don't think it can do audio, but it's just video. It's more for like B-roll type stuff.
But yeah.
But I was like, what would it do? Because I like to see those stupid AI generated videos because they're just so bad. But it's like people are making them to, like, they know, so we know it's AI,
Yeah.
So yeah, it is interesting. I don't know if I'll try that for this one, but yeah.
But it is also interesting. I'm like wondering if it is this handmade or texture thing, whatever we're talking about, is going to be like a lasting trend in reaction to like AI and automation in the digital world, or is it just for right now?
I feel like it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Like
I think so too.
I think right now everyone's kind of just rushing it, but I think within like 10 years it'll definitely like change a lot. But it's hard to tell like how much it would change, you know?
Mhm.
Cuz like everyone's saying well, actually we were kind of talking about this over the week with my friends, but they're saying like I only use ChatGPT for like ideas, but some other people have like tried using it for like science classes, math classes, and stuff like that. And they're saying with their math, like if you're giving it an equation, it it would give you the wrong answer, which I don't understand how.
How?
Like math is math, right? Like there's only one way to do it. So I was like, that's interesting. And then they're saying for like science and history, it was pulling from a bunch of different websites, like whether it's like on the good or bad side of a topic, but it wasn't saying like where it was from, who said it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's not like totally accurate. So I think like that part definitely will get better for sure. And then I think there's a whole bunch of different other programs that people use for math. So, yeah.
I remember one that I used in school. I can't even remember what it was called, but you'd take a picture of the math problem and it would give you the steps to solve it.
I used one something like that in high school.
Yeah. Like when I was doing trigonometry and stuff, and I was like, what is this?
I can't even remember what it was, but I do remember using that because I was like, I've been stuck on this one for a while. What is it? So, yeah. One thing I did find really weird, well, not weird. Well, I don't really know how I felt. But in Apple Notes, there's like a new thing. I think it's only with the iPads. But you can, or it might be for the phones too, I don't know. You can type in like a formula, more of like a parabola formula or something like that. And then it actually draws like the slope, the parabola for you.
Interesting.
And I was like, that's kind of cool, but also like, shouldn't these people be learning how to draw it and all that? So I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was interesting. It was cool at first. And I was like, oh, that would have been nice in high school. But realistically, I don't think I would have used it.
No.
I feel like I was
What are you learning from using it, too?
Yeah.
Like, you just cheating all the answers.
Yeah, that's...
How are you going to be sufficient at anything in the future if you just...
Well, I mean, no one's really, like, keeping track on, like, what you're doing after school. They're, like...
Well, they're not going to be, like... after school, yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing is, like... that I always find interesting is... it's, like, school... can't use any of these other things, but once you're out, it's, like... no one really cares.
Free reign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just an interesting thing, you know. But I do think it will get better.
I think so too.
I don't know how. I mean, it looks pretty good now, but that's like the ridiculously expensive things. I just want them to improve all the free stuff.
Yeah.
Once they improve that, I'll probably be using a lot more. I don't know,
Makes
though.
Sense.
I do enjoy just, like, creating things.
I do, too. And I do enjoy, you know, designing something and then making it, you know, with my hands, too. And I think there is definitely more of a value from, like, a handmade approach or, you know.
Yeah. I think it's also, like, personal value, too. You're like, I did that.
I did that. This is the satisfaction of, I made this.
Yeah. That's another... I think, at least for me, that's another reason why I like to do it.
Yeah. I'm really excited to get moved into this new house just so I can start doing some of my own projects again. Like, I really want to try to make an effort, like, new house, fresh start. Like,
do you have like a creative space lined up? Like,
yeah, the little loft area is probably going to be
nice.
a little desk area.
Yeah, I've been debating on changing that living room into like a studio thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, what am I going to do with these couches? I was like, I don't really want to put the TV up here. I was like, nah. I'll just put it somewhere else.
I won't have like a ton of space because I still have 3 roommates.
Yeah.
But I'll have my little corner
outside of your room.
Yes, it'll
which
be
is
outside
good.
my room, and we have a craft closet, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make stuff. I'm
You
excited
should,
to make stuff again.
I will look at like social media and like see like I've seen a lot of things where they do like cabinet, like they make their own cabinet things, and it's like turns into a table, or it has like a multi-function thing, but it like can fold up or go in a compact space.
Yeah.
Save space, but also like
Wait.
create new space, I guess.
My mom is a YouTuber. Go follow Crafty Cat. But my dad has been helping her organize her craft space because she has like a whole room in their house upstairs that is just like floor to ceiling full of paper and craft stuff. Like, it's crazy.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. If I ever need something, I know where to go. But
it's like your own little warehouse.
He's been helping her organize it because he loves 3D printing. He has three 3D printers. We call it his factory. And so and they also have this laser cutter that they use. And so he laser cut like pegboard panels, and then has been like 3D printing like little baskets and like organizers for all of our stuff to hang on the walls.
Pegboards are so nice.
Yeah.
I
was
wanted to get
like, that is a great use of, technology and hands-on.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been wanting to get one, but I'm always just like, I don't really know where it's going to go or what I would use it for.
Yeah.
Because right now I only have the desk for like my desktop, and that's just, I don't do any work on that table. It's literally just for the computer.
Yeah.
So I was like, why do I need one here? So yeah, I'll have to just wait till I actually get like my little, like a workstation.
Yeah.
To hold like my X-Acto knives and pencils and rulers and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
For us to do our things.
Yeah, it's kind of like a good fresh start.
Yeah.
I think that'll be nice.
I think so too. All right. Do we want to move on to Font of the Week?
Sure.
We have no sad to rad this week. We've been busy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, actually, hold on. I did
something to share?
Not sad to rad wise, but it's a image that it's like I did find interesting. But basically, I don't know if this is new or old or what, but Extra Mile, the convenience store? I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Have you seen that before?
No, what is that?
I don't know if this is old or new, but I saw it and I was like, that.
I mean, I don't even like their current one that much, but I don't know.
This is worse.
That is worse.
I tried to get the full one, but a car pulled up next to me, and I didn't want them thinking I was taking a picture of them, so I was like, oh, okay. But I saw it and I was like, what is that? It just like, it does not look good. And I was like, there's no way that's real.
Did you look it up?
No, I was driving. And then I forgot. Remembered until now.
Now I'm like pulling it up.
I'm going to search Extra Mile rebrand and see if anything shows up.
Oh, they did.
Oh, it is.
It is new. That is a brand refresh.
I don't like it.
What? It's like not that different from what they had before, but
it's just more modernized.
Yeah. I
wonder
never understood the like script EM above the old one.
Yeah. Well, for some reason I thought it just said extra again, but it just says EM. That was like unnecessary, and that's basically what they got rid of. But then they just made it more modern, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wonder who designed that, though.
I'm just curious. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. And the red is so bold, too.
It is very bold. With the
out.
yellow, it reminds me of, like, McDonald's. Like, pick
Yeah.
something new. What happened to that, like, burgundy and gold that they had going on in the old one? And I was like, why did they change that?
You know, it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't... Like, it's okay, but it's, like, not, like, an out... Like, it doesn't stand out bad.
Yeah.
But now it's like, whoa. But yeah, that was just one thing I saw. And it caught me a little bit off guard. But yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want to go first, as always?
I'll go first. So my font of the week, using Neue Haas Grotesk. I don't even know how to explain this. But I saw something
cool.
like it on Pinterest. And I was like, huh. I kind of like that. So pretty much copied it, but did some things of my own. But basically, to verbally explain it, I have a box on the bottom, and the word embrace kind of like welded into the box, so it's like one object. And then I clipped an image of the Tokyo Tower with a nice sunset.
It's very nice.
I would say it's like a sherbet sky sunset. And so then I wanted the like gradient of the purple to kind of like a lighter navy, that part of the sky, to go into the word embrace, so it kind of looks clean. There's like no objects in it. And then at the top, I was going to leave it blank, but I was like, I feel like it needs something. So I just put in I see it a lot. I don't know why a lot of people do it, but I put in a barcode. I don't know why people do that.
I don't know, but it adds something to it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it does.
I wanted to do like, I've seen people get like tattoos of like the Oreo barcode. And I was
my gosh.
if I can get like an Oscar Mayer hot dog pack barcode in there.
Have you seen that video of the guy at Costco that had the barcode for the rotisserie chicken, and he was like, just scan my shirt?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, interesting. So yeah, I did want to do that, but I just did like a random generated one. So
yeah,
I was like, it doesn't need to be anything special. And then centered at the top, I just like a title. So it's just embrace. And then I did a number 9 for like the 9th poster from when I started counting them.
Yeah, from when I started.
Yeah. Because I was like, maybe I should start counting them so you can see. But then like, I think the past 4, I forgot to put a number on it. Or there was no space, like the papyrus one. So I was like, okay, some of them don't need it. But I was like, I think it'd be nice to have it.
Yeah.
And then I just put the date I'd made it, which is today.
Yeah, I started putting all the dates on mine too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's kind of nice, like
a nice reminder of, this is what I made, a year ago today or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I also do I like putting it though, because it was like, it's the day of the recording.
Yeah. I really do like this design. I think it, very much pairs well with Neue Haas Grotesk. It's very clean and like.
Yeah, I want it to be
calming,
clean with a good amount of white space.
I like that there's a little bit of grain in the photo.
Yeah, I felt like I had to do that.
So it has a little bit of texture, but there's something very calming about that typeface with like the composition that you have laid out here.
Yeah, well, first of all, didn't have a lot of time. And that's on me. I did have another idea, but I'll save that. I'll save it for another time. I don't know when. Maybe in a couple months. Or maybe it'll take a couple months to do it. I do think that one will take more time to make. But yeah, this one I kind of just wanted to be simple. It's a very nice and clean typeface. And I at least for the big letters of Embrace, I wanted to do all lowercase just because it's more like easy on the eyes. I don't know. Like it just doesn't seem like it's loud and out there. Even with like a capital E, I was like, no.
Yeah, it's just very.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And then even then for the type up top, I did not want to do all caps, but I was like, it's kind of like a header. I feel like it's fine if I do that. So I just did that. But yeah.
I like it.
Super simple, but nice. I did for this one, I was like, I want to use some imagery. I feel like having imagery with the text is like, it'd be nice.
Yeah, I feel like without like imagery, the text
if it were like a vectored
by
thing,
itself, yeah,
would not look that great. So
yeah. I agree. I did something very similar, and there was nothing that was like, this isn't like a display typeface or anything. So I was like, the design I'm doing, I want it to be very like low key, very chill, very, you know, clean again, calming almost.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I first put this image into the like clipping mask. When I first saw like Embrace and that grading go down, it just reminded me of the Midnight's album cover stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
You're like, I
but
just redid my own.
Yeah, but I think, it's pretty close color. It's like a lavender. This is more of a blue that I've kind of used. But yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it was a fun one. It was nice for me to design something. Because today I was like, I'm going to design a poster. I don't know what, but I get to do something. So, yeah. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it's a really good one. It would be a good poster to hang up, too.
I know. Which frame? I still got to print out your... I forgot what plant it was.
Cereal plant killer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one was good.
And I was like, I don't know. It's just so colorful. I didn't want it to be as colorful, and then I was like,
no, it has to be colorful. The wall has to be.
I know. So I'll probably end up just painting this one too. I don't care. So yeah, it's nice. Yeah. How about you? How was your?
Mine was good. Mine was very type heavy. I kind of wrote a little story. I used an image too. I don't know how to describe this kind of design I did. I don't know if it's like a certain style or whatever, but it just has like a simple portrait image that's kind of like blurred. You can't really see any facial features or anything in like the top right corner. And then I have like the story kind of like crossing over in some places of the photo with kind of I think an overlay transparency to kind of, this is very serious kind of story, I feel like. So I thought it kind of gave it like this hidden whispery feeling. And in the middle it says, "What are you afraid of?" in like one of the italic bolds of Neue Haas Grotesk. And so the story that's kind of framed like around the whole composition kind of answers the question of what are you afraid of. And then in the bottom right hand corner, I put the date and like the road continues and so do you, to kind of be an answer to that what are you afraid of question. And it's just black and white or gray. The background's not really white. I kind of did a soft gray in the back.
Grayscale.
It's grayscale. That's the word. But yeah, very type heavy. I don't have to read the whole story unless you want me to read the whole story. No?
I mean, long. If you want to, you can, but I'm not going to force you.
Yeah. Maybe I'll read the first paragraph at the top that kind of gets like hidden. Okay. It's the road that stretches beyond sight, or there is a road that stretches beyond sight, vanishing into a haze that is neither dawn nor dusk. You have walked it forever, or perhaps only for a moment. Your feet ache, your breath is shallow, and yet you move forward because stopping is worse. Stopping is to let the silence settle, and in the silence, the doubts whisper. And then it has 3 other paragraphs that continue on. But
nice. Do you enjoy working on this song?
I did.
It's like something that I would see. It's either a poster or in like a spread with like the catalog or something. I don't know. Not a catalog. Some spread. I don't know what kind of exactly, but yeah, it's definitely it's a nice one. I did like the that blur you did on the image. I think it's nice. Nice little touch. Or did you do that?
No, I found it like that. Thanks, though.
But it's still a nice touch to have.
I thought it added a lot to like the story that I was trying to tell on this and everything. And I've been into writing a lot lately, and so it's kind of cool to incorporate something.
You wrote this?
Yeah.
Nice.
Into, a short story into a fun of the week or a design,
Yeah.
A 2-in-1.
Yeah. Well, that's cool that you're getting into like writing and
I've been plotting out a novel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like how big of a novel?
A big novel.
Yeah. Like Harry Potter size novel?
Maybe not like Harry Potter, not like 8 books, like a book.
Yeah, but like the first book. It's like
yeah.
I don't know how thick it is, but it's pretty thick.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I have nothing written for it, like little blurbs here and there, but like
you're in the early stages.
It's in the brainstorming.
It's like a New Girl with Nick Miller and his zombie novel. Yeah.
I am Nick Miller.
Yeah, when you're trying to work on it, you just flip the computer over. You're like, I guess I can't work on it anymore.
When people ask what my job is, I'm like, I'm an author, and they're like, you are? I'm like, yes.
In my dreams.
In my dreams.
Yeah, it's like, yes, I would like to.
And I also don't know how to eat vegetables or take care of myself.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick Miller.
It's such a great character.
He's my spirit animal. In my bathroom right now, I have a sticker of Nick Miller and Tran what was that? Episode 13 of season 2. I'm not obsessive, but when Tran is with him in the pool and he's like carrying him like a baby and he says, and I'm a huge baby.
Yeah.
But I have a sticker of that and it's in my bathroom of Tran holding Nick in the pool.
That's such a funny little like duo that they had on that show. Where he's basically just talking to himself and interpreting like the things he wants to hear.
I started listening to, there's a podcast, the New Girl podcast. What is it called? It's called The Mess Around. Mm-hmm. And there was Jake Johnson, who plays Nick Miller. He was on one of their episodes. They did like a conversation, and apparently he's the one that came up with the idea of Tran. I can't remember like the exact reasoning behind it, but it was like his idea. He's like, Nick needs this like random friend that he just bounces off and talks through all of his random thoughts through.
It would have been funny if they just made it where it was just like a delusional,
a figment of his imagination. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that the whole time too.
But then they had like there's like the granddaughter or something who was then introduced.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. What a guy.
Good show.
Oh, it definitely is. I actually reference that a lot. I don't know. I can't remember what, but I don't know. I was referencing that a lot over this weekend. I think it was mainly because I found out that one of my friends just started watching it. And she was like the 3rd season in. But there came up so many times where I was like, do you not remember New Girl when blah, blah, blah happened? She was like, no. I was like, fake fan.
Yeah, I'm literally making my friends, we're doing like we're gonna make a video clip that's reminiscent of the last episode because we're moving out of our house. So
okay.
we are like
play True
we
American.
need to do a True American packing
I don't even
session.
understand how that game works.
Yeah, I don't either. But we need to pretend to have a True American packing session. You know, take a
just
shot,
do, like,
pack it up, and then we need
play
to
like Uno.
Yeah.
So you get plus 2. Go take a drink and pack a whole box out.
And then at the end, stand on the last single box in our empty house, like.
And then take the photo.
And take the photo. Iconic.
Yeah. That would be a good memory.
I think so.
But yeah.
All right, moving forward.
back to the poster.
The poster.
I did like how you kind of break that. You can obviously just looking at it, you can see the clean margins.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like how you kind of broke it with the title of the. That's the title, right?
The road continues, and so do you. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it was nice that you kind of broke that border a little bit on the right with the title.
Yeah.
It's a little subtle.
I thought the blur of the portrait too kind of goes in that direction. It's kind of feels like a glitch like that way, so that's why I crossed that first paragraph like over in that direction, and then the title over again on the bottom. So kind of follow that motion, because I think without that motion it would just be a very flat, straightforward.
Yeah. And I mean, I haven't read through it, but I'm sure the motion in the picture is also just a nice touch to play on with the actual story.
Yeah.
And the text at the top. I think the nice little overlapping. It's not hard to read at all.
No.
It is a little light on the left, but you can still read it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice. Nice little touch.
Yeah. I thought with the question of what are you afraid of, the kind of very light in that top corner just kind of added a sense of mystery or, questioning.
Or it's kind of like a subconscious thought in the back of your head that keeps you like.
Or like a thought, yeah.
That holds you back, It's kind of like that.
Very good interpretation.
Yeah.
All right. For the next font of the week, we chose RL Aqva. And that's spelled AQVA, Aqva.
I wonder if it was like,
Aqua?
yeah, like when it's typed out, it's supposed to look like aqua,
I wonder.
but it's spelled like that. Like, Ruka?
Yeah.
It might be like that.
Might be like that. But that is another font found on Adobe Fonts. It's very cool.
It's more, I think it's definitely
it's more
display.
of a display.
It has nice letter forms.
It has very rounded but very sharp points as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very contrasty.
I've been waiting to use this one.
I like the B. The capital B is so cool. I think it's very fun. I'm looking at it, and this barely right here.
Oh, I wonder if that's a ligature though, because it is next to the A. But yeah, I've been waiting to use this one for a while. I've seen it a lot, or at least like when I look at Adobe Fonts, but I don't have an idea on what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So I'm sure something will come up. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Fingers are crossed.
Yeah, this one will be fun. Hopefully I can get it done with the move.
Yeah. Well, are you moving everything on Monday?
Not everything. It's going to be like a 3-week process.
3 weeks?
Yeah. Because we have 3 weeks to go to the other house.
You have time.
I mean, that is true. But I have a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Move the important things first, like your desk, computer, so then you have a workspace. Yeah. And then I guess maybe in the bed.
Oh, I need to get Wi-Fi. That's another thing I need to do.
Oh.
I transferred all the utilities, but I forgot about the Wi-Fi. You reminded me. Thank you, Ty.
Yeah.
My thing workspace, is always, and I was like, can't work without the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Make sure you have all the important things first, and then like cookingware, couch. I mean, maybe the couch for like when you take breaks, but everything else can wait.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's a new chapter. That'll be fun.
All right. As always, there will be an Instagram recap posted the same time the episode is released, so you can view any of the things that we talked about in today's episode. I think I will include that Boise City of Trees papyrus sign that I found, and maybe if you want to share your micron thing, we could add that in the recap, along with our fonts of the weeks and the next font of the week that we chose. Also, if you haven't already, go subscribe to our Patreon. You get your free sticker pack over there.
We probably should. It's been a while since we've done anything in Patreon, actually.
We had a bonus episode planned. We just need to do it.
That's true. I forgot about that.
And then also go join our Discord server where you can meet with other designers, share your designs with us, use our rant line, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, definitely, yeah. I've also kind of given up on Reels. I feel like...
Hard.
Well, yeah, it does take a lot of time, but I also just feel like it is necessary to grow, I feel like, but at the same time, there's not enough time.
There's not enough time in a week. I agree.
And yeah, because by the time I actually finish editing the main episode, I'm like, I'm done with Premiere.
Yeah. Like, and you're like, I've listened to us talk for hours.
Well, that too, but it's also like the export times are so annoying. I don't know what's going on, but it always takes like 2 hours minimum.
Yeah.
So.
That's not fun.
No, not at all. But maybe, I don't know. I just need a solid schedule where I just have like time blocks and it's like I work on this.
Yeah, I used to have to do that when I was at school, like the time blocking thing.
What I did
I'd be like,
too.
I need to work for 2 hours and then I get a 45-minute break. And then I need to work for 2 more hours and then I get a 45-minute break.
It's the one thing I do miss about school. I don't know why though. It's like when I was in school, I was totally fine doing creative work like anytime. Yeah. Like whether it's in class or not. But now it's like, once I get home after work, it's like I don't want to do anything. And I think it also like, coming home at like 6:30, and it's just like, like if I came home earlier, maybe. But I'm just like, I'm not doing anything. Yeah. I'm just chilling.
I work 3 to 10, so p.m.
But it's like the opposite. I feel
and
like
so I feel like I can't bring myself to do anything in the morning because I'm like, it's going to run into work.
Yeah.
I will get in the zone and I can't. I have to go to work.
And then you're going to lose that momentum. And then when you get back, you're like, what was I even doing here?
Yeah. And then once it's 10 p.m. and I get home and I'm like, I need like 2 hours for myself and then I'm out.
Yeah. That's one thing I need to like. I mean, I don't really know how people do it. It's definitely like a drive, you know? Like they just grind on it. I don't know. Like as much as I want things to happen, I'm just like.
Not right now.
I've got time, right? Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah. I think that's about it.
You ready to close out today?
I think so. I don't think there's anything else on my mind.
Otherwise, we'll be on for another 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
We got places to be today, but
things to do. It's a nice day out, I think.
It is very nice out. Well, thanks for tuning in to 1-800-SAD Design. Until next time, keep designing, stay inspired, and dial into design. Bye.
Bye.